even in the difficulty, one should not give up his dignity. Dignity is a beautiful word. Dignity means your own personality, and you are not fighting with others, you are not showing ego, but at the same time, by your movement, by your talk, by your dress, by your gesture, posture, people will understand, no, he is from some higher thoughts, and all these things that gives a dignity. We usually lose it when we are in difficulty. But the Upanishad says there was a Brahmana who was a scholar and he was having full confidence on himself. But just because of the natural calamity, there was no food. The famine was going on. So, what he will do? Ultimately, he had to go to the keepers of elephants, the king's elephants, the people who were there. He went to them and said, "Can you share your food with me? I'm terribly hungry, 3-4 days, not a morsel of food. So please give me the food." The gentleman gave that. Then after that, he offered also the half drank water. So this is half I ate. So you take this plate. And of course, after eating it, it's a very dry type of food. So you need the water. You can drink from my glass. I drank the half of it. Now, we read and we discussed about that. This gentleman, Ushasti by name, he said, "No, I'm not going to drink from your glass because I don't need that. And I cannot lower myself by drinking water from your own glass, and which half of it you have already drank. No, I won't." He said, "How come? Half the food I have eaten, that you can take, and why not the water?" Then his argument was, "Look, food is scarcity. I am not getting food, but water is not. The drinking water is available everywhere. I can go and take the drinking water, and I can manage myself. But why should I take it? Which you have already, that is called dignity. When I am in dire need of something, I may stretch my hand. Otherwise, I am not going to do it." Many of you may remember again the biography of Ma Sharadamani Devi and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. When Sri Ramakrishna, before passing away, he was teaching his wife, Ma Sharadamani Devi, "See, maybe that you will be in difficulty because I don't have any property, I don't have any money. But you should not stretch your hand before others. You go back, and I have a room in our family. You stay there, work with other people, earn some money, and help yourself, survive in that way. And there is a small plot of land, you can grow some vegetables, that will be so. But never ever stretch your hand before others." Dignity. Whenever a person is stretching his hand before others and accepting something, he is losing his dignity. So one must be very, very careful. Whatever way we are begging, maybe, that is, we are losing the dignity. Here, the one system I liked, that's called fundraising. Usually in our country, what we do, we go to house and then beg thing. "Can you please give?" Somebody will say no. Somebody will say, "Okay, little." So like that it goes, and this is for the monks, it is allowed. But then many people, they are also following that and they are becoming beggars. And we hear that sometimes some beggars are millionaires. They are having so much of money and they don't like to do any work. Why? Because every day they are earning more than 2,000, 3,000 rupees every day. So obviously, but losing the dignity, what we discussed last Sunday, one should not forget one's dignity. I should not stretch my hand until it is the very, very dire need. That is the teaching we get from the story of Ushasti. And this Ushasti, he was very confident. That he knew that I can do, I know something, and if I get an opportunity, I can obviously earn some money. So he never lost his self confidence. So he was telling his wife, "Oh, I am so hungry today. Yesterday I ate, but today also morning I am feeling very hungry. If I could get some food, then I could go to the place where a rich man is organizing a yajna, and I am expert of yajna." In those days, that was a very the thing that the rich people, they used to organize, and the learned people, they used to come and they used to chant the mantra and all. It will, if I go over there, I know they will accept me, and I can earn some money. But the problem is, I can't walk without food. Then the wife, she saved the food. The previous day, he baked the food, half of that he ate, half he saved for his wife. Look at it, dignity. I'm the husband. I'm supposed to help my family, my wife. That is the thing. So even though he was very hungry, and the little food that he could collect from that uh, elephant keeper, he ate half of it and brought half to his wife. But why, by the meantime, got some food, she told, "I'm all right." She kept those food. He said, "That leftover is there. Do you like to take those?" He said, "Okay, that will be sufficient." He ate that, then he bathed, and then went to that place. Here we find that he is coming and sitting with the priest. He's not sitting with the other people. He knew that I know these mantras. So straight he went and sat with the priest who were supposed to chant the mantras. Now, when a yajna is going on, there are different groups. The last Sunday we told the main priest is known as Brahma, and Brahma knows all the four Vedas. So that's called Brahma, Chaturvedi. So he knew all the paraphernalia of the yajna. And second come the one only Veda he knew. That's called Rika Veda. Rika Veda, and second is known as Hota. Hota means he remembered the Rig Veda and he will be chanting from the Rika. Then the Yajurveda, another person, his name is Ardhayu. And then finally, the Samaveda is Udgata. And it begins with the Udgata. Udgata will start the program by singing those songs, and so that propitiating the divinity, the gods and goddesses. So this is the way, and each and every one is having another three people to support him. Alone cannot sing, so other three people are also joining him. The total 16 people will be necessary for the yajna. So by that way they used to do, obviously, to pay them and then arranging the yajna and then distributing the prasad. It was necessary a rich person only could organize. And this gentleman who was organizing this, and all the priests, they were ready. He came, Ushasti came and sat with these Udgatas. Udgata is the first person who is going to chant. Do you know the meaning of the mantra which you are going to chant in the yajna? He asked them. So, that is the great question. I am just going on. Many of the priests, they simply memorize those mantras. They do not know the meaning of it. So the effect is very less. If you know the meaning of the mantra and you are uttering that, then the effect is, because you know that, your mind will be completely taking the form of that. There is a beautiful verse about Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Param Brahma Parashakti Jagat Rupa Rama Krishna. Para Brahma, Parashakti, Jagat Rupa Ramakrishna. Now, what is Parabrahma? It's the highest Brahman, the absolute consciousness, which never does anything. It is not affected by the three gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tama, the Parabrahma. And the same, again, the same thing, same person, Parashakti. Para means again highest. Shakti is the expression of the knowledge. So that is also Bhagavan himself. And what is the effect? The knowledge and the action, then the creation. Jagat Rupa Ramakrishna. What is this Jagat? What is this universe? What is this manifestation? Sri Ramakrishna himself. So each and everything is nothing but that same God I am worshipping. You know, this story so nicely depicted in the life of Sri Radha. The Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, that there are 3-4 different the cults are there who are practicing the Vaishnava Dharma, and that is either Vishnu or Krishna or Rama, so that they are there. So, of them, those who are from the eastern part of India, that is called Gauda Banga. So, from there, mainly our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he popularized that philosophy, and Hare Krishna, etc. So, he developed a story, Radha. Who is Radha? A lady. And then she is attracted to Krishna, and she is going to Krishna. Krishna is calling her by playing the flute, all the stories, and that we like it because we feel the love and all that. It's not this type of humanly love, there's divine love. And when Krishna left that particular place where he used to play with the Gopa and Gopinis, he was only 13 years old. So when we are just going on depicting different type of picture and stories, well, we like to hear that, but no, it was the pure attraction of the devotee's heart to that God. The Radha, she was attracted. She used to go, and then she saw that Krishna is also playing with other boys and girls, the Gopa Gopini, and she was not happy. You know, the usual human, the mentality is grabbing. It should be possessing. If I see a girl, and I should possess. If I see a property, I should possess. My thing. So Radha also acted in that way, and she wanted to think that Krishna should love me. And what happened? She never found Krishna. Then ultimately she started crying and praying and all. And as long when she was going on praying and crying, her mind became purified, and she saw there is nothing but Krishna. Each and everything is Krishna. Whatever saw the cows, the trees, the birds, each and everything is nothing but the Krishna. That is the ultimate knowledge of spirituality, oneness. I always say, in the Lord Jesus, he said, I and my Father in heaven are one. That is the statement. They're not two. I and Father, no. We are one. And in what sense? Because he is also consciousness, I am also consciousness. So that is the way we can always say this. He said, do you know the meaning of the mantra that you are going to chant? He said, sir, I don't know. No, I can't say that. But I know the mantra. I have memorized it. I can go on chanting that. Then he said, you should not do it. If you are doing it, you are not helping the yajamana. Yajamana means the person who is organizing the yajna. The householder who is organizing the yajna, the puja, he is not getting any benefit. He's spending so much of time and money and each and everything. And you have come to give the benefit, the spiritual, religious benefit to him by chanting the mantra and getting the blessings of the God. But you are not doing that. In that case, you are not doing the right thing. And in the way he expressed, your head will roll. That means you will get insulted. It is not correct. This should not be. You should know the mantra that you are going to do. And then he asked the other also, like the Ardhuja, Hota. He was asking all this. First priest, second priest, third priest, one after another. First is going to inaugurate, second is going to light the fire, third is going to pour. So obviously, he was going and asking, do you know the meaning of the mantra that you are going to chant? All of them said, we are sorry, we do not know. No one actually taught us the meaning, and we never cared for the meaning. We were thinking that we should memorize it and chant it, and we earn money. He said, no, you should not do it. You are going to be insulted. And he said, Ushasti said, Aham Bhagavantam Bui Bibidishani. Now the Yajaman, that householder, he was noticing what's going on. And he noticed that this gentleman, he's asking this question, but none of them could give the answer. Then the Yajaman approached him and said, Honorable sir, who are you? And Ushasti, he said, Aham Bhagavantam Boi Bibidishani. Revered sir, I like to know about you. Who are you? Because his dress was not proper and he was starving. Obviously, that was on his body and face. He could understand. So he was asking, who are you? Then he replied, I like to know about you. He said, Ashmi Chakrayana Ushasti iti. It's a very wonderful way of giving the answer. He said, I am the son of the Chakra. Chakra is my father's name. I am the son of the Chakra, and my name is Ushasti. Even if you notice, even today, if you ask the name of the South Indian people, and Tamil, Telugu, I don't know about the Malayalams, but these people, they will always add their father's name. There will be the grandfather, father, then his name. And in northern side of India, mostly they add the village name so that they are identified. They are from this particular place. So Junjunwala, Amritlal Junjunwala. So Junjunwala means he is belonging from the Junjun, that is the village, that is the locality. So this is a system. So he also was telling in that way that my father is Chakra, I am Chakrayana, I am the son of the Chakra, and my name is Ushasti. Ashmi Chakrayana Ushasti iti. Surprised by his answer, the Yajamana said, oh my God, Sahobacha Bhagavantam, O Honorable Sir, ba ahamevi sarvaiva atmaijaha. Honorable Sir, I was searching for you. I heard about you, so I went to search for you, but you were not there. Because this man, he went out for food, so you were not there. So I wanted you to engage in these priestly functions. I'm lucky that you have come by yourself. And will you please accept this responsibility? Ushasti accepted the condition. But you see how nice and gentle he was? He said, you have already hired these people and you should not fire them. You should not ask them to go away. Now they have come with all preparation. They know everything except the meaning of it. But that doesn't mean that you should fire them. If you allow them here to perform whatever they are doing and give them that money, what you have promised, I am ready to function. But at the same time, you have to give me the same money that you are going to pay them. By that way, I am clear. So this shows that mind of the person. No ambiguity. I am going to perform for you, and he is a priest. He is not a monk. The monks are different. They don't accept the money and in exchange. But the priest, they cannot. That is the main source of their income. So obviously, he said, of course, I can do that. The first condition, you should not remove them and you should pay them as you promised them. Second, you have to add me, and then you have to pay me also on the same scale. The man happily agreed. Then Ushasti and all those priests also accepted him, and Ushasti started teaching, and the program started. And this now the whatever the honorarium that you are giving, you must give to me too. When everything was settled and the self-confident and dignified Ushasti took his seat, then the prashasta, the prastavana that they introduce in our new modern days, that there will be some people they'll be introducing. So prasta. This is called prasta. The prastota is introducing. What is introducing? Introducing the program. What is the program? Yajna. So this prashasta came and said, I am going to chant this mantra, but I don't know the meaning. At least you tell which God actually dedicated with this mantra. I am going to pray, but what is that God? I don't know. He is who beginning the celebration by chanting the inauguration mantra, came near Ushasti and asked, Bhagavan, O Honorable Sir, Ma abochat sa devata katama. Please tell me who the deity of this stotra. Ma means to me, abochat. Please tell me, abochat, sa devata, that God who is in this mantra I am going to chant. Then he replied, Prana iti. It is the prana that you are going to chant. That's the first word. What is the prana? Prana is everything, all pervading the air, everywhere. Without that, we cannot survive. At something without which nothing can survive, and something which is all pervading is Brahman. So that's why he mentioned, now you are going to chant the name of the prana, the vital force, all these movable and immovable deities and beings, they rise and again they merges with the and dissolve in it. So prana is Brahman. They're introducing the Brahman. But the Brahman are introducing, and those who are studying this Upanishad, if they don't have the patience, they won't be able to read it. Because too much of repetitions are there. Same thing they will repeat. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also, Chandaka Upanishad. But the afterwards, a little modern, they were not doing that. But the Brihadaranyaka, Chandaka, very ancient type Upanishad, and they were repeating all the time. This is the prana. Second priest also came. He told, what about my mantra? Can you please tell me the God who is indicated by the mantra? Then in reply he said, Aditya. Aditya, that gives the light. Aditya is the sun. Aditya gives the light. And light is everywhere. Without that light, nothing will survive. So obviously, Aditya is the God.